Hey guys, it's Andrew here. Just wanted to talk about swapping of the trim for the limited wheel, and I'm going to talk a little bit about things on the inside when you're actually taking the steering wheel off of the truck. My limited wheel is already on my truck. You can see the pictures of it online. So this is my old platinum wheel with the limited trim since I've already changed it out. So when you get the airbag off, to get it off, you'll see with the pictures, you'll see the holes on either side here. And I used a 1/8 inch Allen wrench to do it. It was long enough to get to this part right here. This is where the rods are for the airbags. You can see there's two of them here. You just have to make sure it's long enough to depress that rod. And then once you do depress it, you'll have to put your fingers here and kind of pull the airbag out a little bit. And then you go to the other side, do the same thing, and the airbag will come out. In the older models, it kind of popped out because there were some springs, but there's only a spring down here, and it's not strong enough to pop the airbag out. So once you get it out, you fold it down, and there's two plugs on the back, and then another plug that's also in the back, but it's plugged into this plug right here. Okay, and this plug right here usually sits on this tab right here. Let me get it on there. So it's plugged into here. So instead of unplugging it from the airbag, it's on the upper left-hand corner of the airbag. Just actually unplug it from here. Okay. This plug stays here. You do not take it off. It is also attached to a similar tab on the other side. Here we go. So this is what the steering wheel looks like once you get the airbag off. There's two plugs here. I'm not sure if all the trims have these plugs because maybe one's for heat or something, I don't know, but just know that you may not have the same two plugs if it's a lower trim truck. Once you've unplugged the two things on the back of the airbag and then this one, put the airbag to the side and continue working. Unplug this plug and unplug the bottom one if you have them both. And then this bolt right here is a 15/16 bolt. So you use the socket and unscrew it, and then the steering wheel comes off. Once you get the wheel off, and you want to change the trim because if you have like an XLT or a Lariat and you don't have like adaptive cruise, you're going to want to use your existing trim and buttons. Everything is connected with the trim and the buttons, so it all comes out as one. So underneath here, let's see if we can get the light to come on, but no, it's not going to, of course. On either side, there's a plug right there, and then the other plug is down in there, but it's black, so it's kind of hard to see. Those you do have to undo before you take the trim off because it's connected to the wheel here with like zip ties. So you just reach in there. It's just kind of like a regular wire bundle that's like underneath the truck. Just find the little tab and pull it out just like that. There's one. As you can see, I was able to do it one-handed while I'm holding the camera. Okay, get into the other one. This one's a little bit more trickier because it's a little bit smaller, but we should be able to get it. Yeah, we got it. And then what we do is slide these things off the tabs. I'll show you the tabs after I get the trim off. And we'll take this off too as well. And then everything's disconnected from the trim. Okay, so what you do is you're going to pull from the top here, trying to get the wheel to start separating from it. It's real easy. Once you get it up a little bit, as you can see, it starts to come up over here. So what we'll do is just grab it over there and it pops right up. Okay, as you can see, it popped right up. All right, and then we'll do the same over here. Sorry guys, just trying to do this one-handed here. Okay, so as you can see, the trim just pops up and then it pops up from the bottom, and then there you go. So here's the steering wheel without the trim on it. As you can see, these holes here, 1, 2, 3, there's holes around. There's even holes in the center down here where my two fingers are, and then 3 on the bottom. And we'll pull the trim over here so you can see. These are the tabs, what the tabs look like all the way around. They're plastic and this is rubber, so don't worry about breaking them unless you really kind of wrench on it and put it at a bad angle. That's the only time that you would break those tabs off. We'll just show you the back here so you understand. That's one of the plugs, and then the other plug is right here. And then the little tabs where those little plugs slide onto are right here. As you can see right there. Okay. So there's the trim, real easy. Okay. So when you get your other trim off your old steering wheel to put it on, the best thing to do is to just put it on the top, and you can hear it kind of go in. We'll do it over here, and it just really kind of compresses in. You come down to the bottom, squeeze the bottom, and that's it. Now it's on. There's really nothing to it. Kind of just massage it a little bit, make sure everything's kind of flush onto the new wheel, and then that way it's not poking out and looking like crap. Okay. Then you take your plugs here and just find the plug and just plug in the buttons here. There's one. This one's always hard to find. I think I actually close it in there. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so we've got that plug in, and then these, as I demonstrated before, just slide on there. Voila. And voila, right? So then now you got the new trim on, okay? So, and then you put the steering wheel on, get the bolt on, plug those things in, get the airbag, you know, plug this in on the airbag, plug the two plugs in, that also go into the airbag, and then you just push the airbag on, and it just clicks, and it stays there. Just know that the airbag wires are actually attached to the same plug that this plugs into, but you can't unplug them here. You have to unplug them at the airbag. And so when you pull the wheel off, it's going to come through this hole right here. And then attach your battery, and then start the truck, and it all should be good. I didn't have any problems. No lights came on when I started the truck. So everything should reset as it is, because technically the only thing you're replacing is the wheel. You're not replacing any electronics because you're using the existing electronics. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm glad I could be the guinea pig for everybody on this. And I love my limited steering wheel. It's very plush and very nice. Hope you enjoy yours too. Take care.